Hi, welcome back to Book Club for Two.
Bless you.
We're reading Twilight. We're talking about chapters
10,
11, 12. 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. Yay. Things are happening.
Finally.
Sort of.
Finally.
It was very hard in the morning. Did you mark that one too? Because
I just looked over. I'm sorry. I'm like,
listen, I read this line at like 10 o'clock at night, and my kid interrupted me trying to say goodnight, and so I only read the first half of the sentence, and the first half of the sentence is, it was very hard in the morning.
Again, you can tell what kind of books we read.
I just busted up laughing. I was like,
finding innuendo where there's none.
But the sentence continues. It is not as funny when it's the full sentence, but that is my, what is that, bathroom humor?
So mine though was, I clung to the parts I could have imagined, like his smell, and I said, Edward is rubbing off on Bella.
Gross.
How do vampires smell? Irony. Oh, the irony. The iron, like blood.
Like iron.
But then I realized what I said.
No, what else? They're
like slapper.
They're like rocks, so I'd imagine they'd smell like rocks, or bone china, or grandma's basement. Oh god, I don't know. I have no idea what they smell like. I don't think she describes
the moss things that you put in the closet.
Mothballs. Okay, so he shows up to pick her up, and she hasn't gotten her jacket back from Jessica, so he brings her jacket, and I just marked that is a sort of romantic gesture. He picks her up for school, and he brings her a coat because he knows that she's missing a coat. So that is kind of romantic. I will give it to Edward. At least he was being sort of thoughtful.
Okay, so not quite that delicate, and then I laughed, but I was like, Bella, you could trip over a breeze. Like, like all of a sudden, I'm not that delicate. Like,
oh please,
this whole book
you are the most delicate.
I'm so clumsy. It's like that pick me girl that's like, I'm so small. Oh, hadn't you noticed? I'm breaking all the rules now. And young Amanda, who was like following every rule to the T, that was like in Bible camp in church like 4 days a week.
Oh, so you swoon over the rule breakers?
I did.
Telling the truth about stuff is kind of like the bare minimum, I would say. But okay.
This is Fatal Attraction.
Nope, never saw it.
Oh my god, you're missing out.
I don't watch movies ever.
Okay,
this is my movie.
She will take any opportunity to talk about how handsome and perfect and whatever this boy is, and I'm still like, I
still don't get it.
I'm picturing Robert in my head, and I'm like, he's not that cute girl. So maybe in the books, like Stephanie maybe wanted him to be more handsome. I don't know. And then the apple, the scene from the movie happens in this chapter, but it doesn't happen.
I did not pick up on that. But sometimes it seems like you're trying to say goodbye when you're saying something else. And I was just thinking that I liked that line, even though I'm unsure if the book has done a good job so far of getting that sense that he's like longing for her, because the book reads like she smells bad and he doesn't like her, but that line was really a nice way of saying that, like,
you're like halfway out the door already.
Yeah, like he's trying to do the right thing by leaving, but he's still just like trying to talk to her. And the line didn't match the description of what's happening in the book, but I did like that quote. He gives her an actual compliment and says, "Trust me, just this once. You are the opposite of ordinary," because she's feeling bad about herself.
I marked a similar tab, like
if we're talking about romance, that's two things in this chapter that he has done with a thoughtfulness behind it. And even if he's being semi-sarcastic in here, he's still like, it's still a compliment. See?
He's nicer to Bella than Bella is to Bella.
Yeah. She lies to Charlie. She's like, instead of going to Seattle, I'm going to go do whatever with Edward, and I'm not going to tell Charlie. And he's like, you should tell Charlie, because then I have a reason to bring you back and not murder you. And she's like, nah. But then, like, it's just, I think that's just a poor decision. Like, I get you know, you're doing something you shouldn't, so you're hiding it from your dad as a teenager. As an adult, I'm like, bad choice. The guy literally is like, if you don't tell somebody where I'm taking you, I'm gonna murder you. You always tell somebody where you're going.
I think I did a red flag for that one too, but I also feel like it's just common courtesy. But also, this is her dad we're talking about. Like, why are you keeping secrets from your dad?
I don't know. Well, as a teenager, like I mean, I kept secrets, but as an adult, you're like, no, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Your thoughts were that we finally get to see some of Edward's personality in chapter 11.
Shine
10,
through the
chapter
rock.
10.
You did shine through the rock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is a rock, but we get to see a little bit of it. They have like a little bit of banter. They kind of actually start talking to each other instead of just like being weird. I don't know, but he is still kind of condescending to her about a lot of the things he's talking to her about, so I still don't like that. And then I just wanted to note that like they're having this conversation in the cafeteria, like sitting at the lunch table, and the Cullens are on the other side of the cafeteria, but they've got vampire hearing, right?
So how are you not laughing?
He's like talking about eating mountain lions, and Emmett really loves bears, and you should see Emmett hunt a bear. And I'm just picturing Emmett like
grinning,
like
or like
bear. I eat bears. Yay! Like the same thing. Okay, he looks at you like you're something to eat.
Okay, but also, so I laughed because like dinner, but then I laughed because the books that we normally read.
Oh yeah, okay.
I went in a different direction with that one.
I marked it because that this quote really just cements that my Team Mike opinion, because like he made me laugh, but also like he's obviously aware of what's happening. Like he's paying attention to you. He's being kind to you. Mike so far has done nothing to rub me the wrong way. He's just been sweet. And he's been like careful. No.
No, she gets upset with him for like this fight that they've had. And I'm like, again, everybody seems to be more concerned about Bella than she is about herself. And I laughed.
Because she said that her favorite gemstone
was
his eye color.
Garnet. It used to be garnet. If you would ask me what did she say? Like,
yep.
Until very recently, my favorite gemstone was garnet.
Yeah.
Or garnet.
It was impossible not to remember the reason for the switch as she's staring in his eyeballs. And then she said she should have picked onyx. If you had asked me last week, I would have said onyx. I was like, It's Twilight. Because they said it. Oh, it's the safest time of day for them. Yep, that's why they're talking about it. They're sitting there and I don't know. Like, that they said it. It's Twilight. I think.
A great job. She's like, I never minded being alone. I'm too much like you. I winked at him.
Why is Bella winking everywhere?
And that's exactly what I was like, Tristan. If Tristan doesn't mark this, he totally snuck in her room last night. Like,
that's so weird. You think he snuck in her room?
Yes, he admitted that he had broken it. Like, I know at some point.
But they didn't say it. They didn't explicitly say it.
I know at some, but also she talks about her window not squeaking anymore. Edward was already sneaking in before they were even really talking.
I would be so mad. I would be so mad.
I know. It's
that's how. Oh, that's somewhere. How he knows where the car keys are, because he's watching her. Ugh.
I marked. Okay, nope. Okay, we're gonna get ahead of ourselves.
He doesn't need to be going through her dirty laundry. He doesn't need to be breaking into her house and going through her dirty ass clothes to get her busted ass truck and take it to school. Now, there's 1,000 kids that drive to school. Just get her right home with someone.
But also, she just agrees to it so easily. Like, I wrote that down. I was like, she's just like, okay, like, I know that you're gonna have to break through. And plus, she mentions it's in her dirty laundry, right? So you're okay with a boy potentially seeing your
nope
underwear?
Nope.